Hello, my name's Jendo, and today I'm going to show you how to build an Xor Gate. If it looks familiar, that's because it's a T flip-flop with two observers attached to it. When the observers get an update, we get a signal. Right, so let's go into detail. Right, Xor Gate is a logic gate, and they have truth tables, and depending on what the input is, on this particular one has two inputs, we get an output. This truth table tells us that if the input is 0 on both, we get 0 output. So we've got 0 input 1, 0 input 2, and the output is 0. If we change the input to 1, then we get an output signal. We look at it again, and if we change this one, we get an output. And if both the input and input 2 are powered, then we don't get an output. Basically what it's saying is if the inputs are the same, i.e. active or not active, then you don't get an output signal. But if they're different, then you do get an output signal. See the levers there, lever there, output signal. So what does this mean for Minecraft? Well, basically what it means is if you've got two levers and use an Xor gate, then every time you activate a lever, whichever one it is, the output changes, as you can see there. Well, what do we use this for? Well, mostly doors. You can use it for other things, but if you want to wire up a door with the levers, if you just do it like this, once one lever is active, the other lever becomes completely useless, like so. And we can do that again if we power that door from that lever. This one becomes useless. So we need to use an Xor gate. The Xor gate is here, it's wired up to the door. So now if I change one of these levers, the door's open. I change the other lever, the door closes. And yeah, that's pretty much what we use Xor gates for in Minecraft. It doesn't have to be a lever, it could be like a sort of a hidden button, anything with a continuous signal. There we go. Okay, so let me show you how to build it. T flip-flop, two observers. Fairly simple. So we're going to put a dropper there, facing to the front, and then in front of that a dropper facing up, and then a dropper facing away, and a hopper facing down. And put an item, any old item, in the dropper. And finally we want a comparator coming out there. Now this block here is your input. So what we're going to do is put an observer with the signal facing the input and the observer bit facing outwards. And that basically is an Xor gate. And you can see if we update the observer, we get a signal. Update it again, we don't get a signal. And same with that. Right. Now, when you build these, you don't have to have the observers actually touching the input of the T flip-flop. You can have them anywhere along the input lines. And so this one works just as well. You can see the door there being activated and closed. And also what you can do, which might help, you see this one here, the wires are connected to each other and then going into the input. But what you can do is have the wires going into the input in different directions, like so. Right, so this one I've built because it's I like this one. It's bigger, but it's only one high, which might help if you're in a constrained space. Unfortunately though, it is a Java only version because it uses a one tick pulse. This one works quite simple. It just moves that redstone block, which when it's in that position, it's powering the door. If we change it, redstone block moves back and it's not powering the door. And yeah, this is a good one because it's only one high. This is a slightly more compact version where I've got the observers firing into a block, and then that block gives us a repeater. Now this repeater, you might see, is on 3 ticks, so always right click it twice to get it onto 3 ticks. If you don't, if you leave it on 1 tick, it doesn't work. See, it doesn't draw it back there. So click it twice and then it works. Alright, show you how to build this. It's pretty simple. I suppose we should start with the observers, and we want one facing that way, one facing that way, and then we have a block there, and we want our repeater on 3 ticks, and then we're going to do a sticky piston there, and then we want our observer block, leave a space, and then put another sticky piston, redstone block there, and all you got to do is update the observers and it activates the Xor Gate. Alright, my name is Jendo, and hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.